to navigate flooded streets. Several tricycle and bus operators suspended operations, citing safety concerns. Motorists were advised to avoid flood-prone corridors as traffic builds up on alternative routes leading to Anthony, Maryland, and Ojota. Well, yes, I know that when criticism like this, are being directed to the state authorities in Lagos, one of the immediate response that you will hear from the Lagos state government is that the flood is everywhere. What they're trying to say is that the Lagos is not immune to flood, which means that other countries, yes, we know that other countries experience flood, but that of Lagos is an eyesore. That of Lagos is something that need to be looked into. Yes, the Lagos state government, they are doing their best, they are trying their best in ensuring that the environmental concern is being addressed. But I want to say this. That I think the Lagos state government has a problem in enforcing its own laws, particularly this administration. I remember vividly when in 2019, yes, in 2019, when Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was sworn in, and one of the first thing he did was to start, talking about the need for a safer and a cleaner Lagos. But after a few months, or even a weeks, after a few months, the governor, there is no action concerning environmental cleanliness any longer in Lagos State. I remember those days. I remember back then in 2019 that they would put this signboard of these sky people, particularly if you are driving through this my two axis, they will put a signboard that's no refuse dump here. But that particular move, that particular action was not followed. So whatever environmental laws that the Lagos state government has, those environmental laws should be enforced. We lack a problem. We lack enforcing our laws in this country, particularly in Lagos State. We don't enforce laws in this state. How can a mega city, the authorities will allow that to be littered along the road? Where is it done in this world? A city that prides itself as a mega city would allow dirt on express road. If you drive through Sele, if you drive to the airport road, the Apapa Expressway, if you drive to Apapa Expressway to the airport, you will see that you will see spots, Ijesha, Sele, this area, you will see spots. Even the bus stop, you will see liters of dirt. You will see refuse dump on this road. And we say that we have a commissioner of environment in the state. I think it is high time for Lagos State to start doing a whole lot when it comes to environment. Like I said the other day, the refuse, the dirt that was evacuated from the gutter. If you are prominent with my two. Okay, if you are prominent with my two, the dirt that was evacuated from the gutter, this dirt has been there for the past going to 3 weeks now. And we say we have an environment, a commissioner for environment in Lagos State. That dirt has not been removed up to this morning. These were dirt that were evacuated from gutters along the Maitu Road. Up till now, this dirt, for the past 3 weeks, this dirt are still there. So I don't know why the Lagos state government is finding it difficult to tackle environment. It's finding it difficult to make the state clean. The causes of this flood is as a result of heaps and heaps of dirt, along the road. Just recently, they started the environmental sanitation of the thing, and this environmental sanitation is not even working. You will restrict residents from not moving out, and yet it's like since they started this environmental sanitation of a thing, Lagos is becoming more dirtier. If you drive through, if you are coming from Badagry, you pass through Okokomaiko, you pass through Iyanoba, you pass through Lasu, particularly at Alaba, particularly at Iyanoba, you will see, my God, you will see dirt along the road, even up to the point that these road sellers, they will throw away dirt in between these roads, and this dirt will cover half of the road. Motorists will be struggling on how to pass. And we say that we have a governor, we say that we have a commissioner for education, a commissioner for environment in Lagos state. So I don't know what this commissioner of environment is doing. It is high time the state governor take a move, visit these places that are dirty, and see things for himself. The other day, the Lagos state governor, gave a directive that there will not be any form of commercial activity, at the middle of the roads. Yes, yesterday when I was coming from the office, I saw the kick against the discipline, the enforcement personnel, destroying shanties at the middle of the road. And while they are destroying these shanties, if you take a look back, hundreds of meters away, you'll be seeing those traders returning, setting up their structures back. What kind of people do we have in this Lagos state, for God's sake? What kind of people do we have in Lagos? Despite the fact that, yes, the state governor does not enforce its laws, but Lagosians themselves, they don't obey the laws. Lagosians don't obey laws. If people that are living in a state do not obey laws, and the state government itself are not enforcing its own laws, you can imagine what will be going on in that state. So, in a nutshell, it is high time the state government, Lagos state government, start enforcing its environmental laws. Lagos is a dirty state. Don't mind all these things they are saying, mega city or no. Lagos is a dirty state. The earlier the state governor, the earlier the government, acknowledges it, the better for us all. The better for us all. Despite places like VI, I saw a video yesterday on Instagram. The whole of this popular street in VI, Ajosa Adogo, was flooded. The Lekki roundabout, the VI roundabout was flooded in front of the hotel roundabout was flooded. What are these people doing, for God's sake? What is the essence of this environmental sanitation? You will evacuate dirt from the gutters, you will leave the dirt there, and when rain falls, yes, we understand why this dirt are being there, so that the water can drain back into the gutter. But after a few hours, if these things were done in the morning, bring your trucks later in the day or in the evening and evacuate this dirt from the road. Evacuate this dirt from the road, but they will leave this dirt for weeks, for days, for weeks. So we need monitoring. These environmental guys, they should be monitored to the letter. A governor don't just give a directive or order, but the governor should make sure that this directive that we're giving, take a trip to these areas, take a trip to these local government areas, and see things for yourself. The next story this should be on I think it's Punch or so. Yeah, I think it's Punch. Yeah. No, this is from the Sun newspaper. Oh, sorry, Punch. Yes, ADC, the Vanguard newspaper. ADC, NDC upload presidential tickets to INEC portal for 2027 post. The African Democratic Congress ADC and the Nigerian Democratic Congress have confirmed the submission of their presidential tickets to the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC nomination portal ahead of the 2027 general election. ADC National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi announced on Wednesday that the party had successfully uploaded the names and particulars of its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and vice presidential candidate Rotimi Amechi. In a post on his X handle, Abdullahi described the submission as another milestone in the party's preparations for the 2027 elections. We are pleased to announce that we have successfully uploaded the names and particulars of the African Democratic Congress ADC presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and our vice presidential candidate Rotimi Amechi CON to the nomination portal of INEC. This marks another important step in our preparations for the 2027 general election and our commitment to offer Nigerians a credible alternative built on competence, unity, and national renewal, he said. Similarly, the presidential candidate of the Nigerian Democratic Congress NDC, Peter Obi, disclosed that he had completed his INEC nomination form, using the occasion to call for greater transparency in the electoral process and a renewed focus on governance. In a post on his Facebook page, Obi said one of the questions on the nomination form asking whether an aspirant had ever been adjudged a lunatic or declared to be an unsound mind prompted him to reflect on the state of leadership in Nigeria. Should I say congratulations, or should I say, well, it's a welcome development that at last that INEC has allowed ADC and NDC to upload their candidates on their portal, so which means that Peter Obi and his vice Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso and ADC Atiku and his vice Rotimi Amechi will now contest, are now eligible or will be on the ballots ahead of the 2027 presidential election. So now that has been settled, we hope that there will not be any form of legal tussle or leadership crisis, in these two political parties. So we hope that now that they've been given a clean bill of health, it is now left for them to start strategizing for the campaign, which will kick off early later in the year. APC final candidate lists: governors, heavyweight senators, others lose out. The political landscape within the All Progressive Congress APC has shifted dramatically following the confirmation that the party has issued nomination forms to candidates cleared to contest the 2027 general elections. This development coming 24 hours after an exclusive report by Daily Sun first revealed that the party was secretly distributing forms to selected aspirants, indicate that the window for change has officially closed for aggrieved politicians. Meanwhile, the party has dropped former governor of Benue State Gabriel Suswan, former Ondo State House of Representative member Gbenga Elegbelewe, and 5 other senatorial candidates from the final list of the party's candidates forwarded to the Independent National Electoral Commission. Also dropped and replaced candidates are 19 House of Representatives candidates that emerged victorious in the May party's primary elections. According to the document, states affected include Kogi, Abia, Benue, Taraba, Ondo, Niger, Kwara, Kaduna, and Ebonyi. In a correspondence sent to the electoral umpire and signed by both the national chairman and national secretary Nentawe Yewada and Ajibola Basiru respectively, the party's national leadership attributed the changes to the reports of the primary election appeal committee. Well, that is that. Well, yeah. So that's the what the APC has. So there are some people that were expected to be on the list, but at the end of the day, none of them were able. Gabriel Susan was struck out. Former Ondo State House of Assembly member Benga Elegbeleye was also struck out of the APC list for the senators. All right, so I think they should be given another. They should wait for another election year for them to be included. That is, if they really want to contest for the senatorial on the platform of the APC. All right, Lagos. That is how far I can go this morning on Overt Radio headline review. I'll be back again for wake up conversation here on Overt Radio. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Overt, loud and clear. Your